Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'd like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. Statute of limitation on DL6 incident runs out today. It was unconventional for me. I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. On Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key. I don't know if I can get it to work. Please, please. The DL6 incident. That day I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. When to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. You were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. Oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! Same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. DL6 incident. That day I'd gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. Now my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Interesting. Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case? It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in the elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, no one came to help. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. What was it? A pistol. I assumed it was the bailiff Yanni Yogi's. Safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. Wanted to stop them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. The gunshot, the horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. Doubt I'll ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. Better find out and quick. A single gunshot, huh? Well, let's check this case file. No clues found on the scene. The murder weapon was fired twice.
Objection!
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. And everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. It plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? Don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. What page contradicts Mr. Edgeworth's testimony? The Vic data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says that quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. First shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. Yeah, then it would have been reloaded. There's no proof the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. Murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. You have any proof the other shot was fired, had something to do with the case? Well, yeah. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. You have evidence second firing the pistol is related to this innocent? Yeah. Look at this photograph. It's a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim is lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves a murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in this photo. That should be obvious. Contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Simple, Your Honor. Time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, must agree the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright? Who else could that someone be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. Case summary. That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. The pistol has indeed been fired 2 times, and the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. Does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I'll have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma said, the second bullet fired was not found. Highly unlikely the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Yeah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? Looks like I was wrong. Nick? The second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get to Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought then 2 shots had been fired. So certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, it's wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick? Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father. That was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. Statute of limitation on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. Can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Yeah, of course I've got an objection. Objection! Your Honor, I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Ugh. Nick? I don't know. This case is perfect. Oh no. Grah! Must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. Second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. Seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. Second bullet. It, existed. What? We just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Is there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet? Well, let's see. Yeah, the murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent time to look for the stray bullet? Haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Murderer has no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Ugh. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? Not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? They left with a second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes. There's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Randy Yoger, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. Pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny any the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one's wounded at the time of the incident. That's right. Can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. Must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. Took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take vacation because of shock, but he took it because he was injured? Which would could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated a possibility the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Let's see here. Let's come clean. Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, that's certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. The what? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah! You don't object? I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why did you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would need surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. I would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Von Karma pulled a bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Well, I mean, you kinda can, but I wouldn't recommend it. But that'll be for next time. When we come back, folks, this is getting crazy. Have a good one, folks.